I've traveled enough now around the world to realize that cities, they haven't figured it out yet in terms of Wi-Fi. I just don't understand why in today's digital world we can't figure out how to have an easy to access, at least downtown core or citywide universal Wi-Fi that people can utilize when tourists can utilize, when people can utilize, when they're accessing main amenities of the city. And I'm gonna go through a couple reasons why I think this is important, why I think cities should adopt it basically as fast as they can. First of all, why can't you have free Wi-Fi in today's world? I understand the business side of telecommunication companies wanting you to buy plans and other options being out there, but when you're traveling the world, nothing is more frustrating when you're trying to find some place to go now or have an experience and you can't figure out how to log on to someone's Wi-Fi, or worse yet, they're asking you for your birth date and all of this list of other things which are both a waste of time and also annoying. Worse yet, if there is Wi-Fi, they're asking you to put in all of this information, everything from your postal code to your nationality to what your birth date is, your mother's maiden name, all these dumb things that just take up time and make it annoying when you're in a pinch trying to access the Wi-Fi. Why it has to be so complicated, why we can't just have at least some Wi-Fi hotspots that are accessible within the city front. And if cities did this, I'll tell you what it would do. One, it would allow you to capture some information, a little bit of information about the people that are visiting your city. Allow you to build your email list a little bit. Number two, it would allow you to give a ton of valuable information at the forefront, right at the beginning when people arrive at your city. As soon as they log on, you could have a storefront, a ton of content that hits them about things to do in the city, the history about the city, how to be safe in the city, everything that they need to know, how to access emergency services if something goes wrong, everything that's important to making sure that the tourists in your city feel like you've taken care of them. And not only tourists, you can do people within your city as well. So what would that content look like? I imagine that content would be a whole bunch of videos and blogs and short stories about the people that built the city, the history of the city, the landmarks that people should visit within the city to get a feel for it. Great lookout points, great observation points and observation decks of how to experience the city in a different way, where to experience the art of the city, where to experience theater and the culture, some of the best places to experience food, places that are within walking distance of downtown and within train stations. A ton of content of how people can explore the city and make it as easy as possible. So as soon as they log on to the Wi-Fi, it's right there. Then they get to make their choice. They get all of this value that you provide to them. Then they have access to Wi-Fi so they can keep searching as they go place to place and experience the city. And at the same time, then they get to make their choice. They get to decide what value is for them. All right, so just a little recap. Cities need to have Wi-Fi for tourists as well as people within the city. When they're in a pinch, they need to have access to information and content about the city so that they can make the choices and experience the city in the way that's supposed to be experienced. Stress-free and with a ton of value given. So what does that look like? Simple Wi-Fi. Simple, one-click, terms and conditions, email, very simple to log on to. Not complicated, not asking for all the information about the person. Really, really simple. And lastly, what you really want to do is you want to have it as broad a scope as possible so that people visiting the city, everywhere that they go, that they need Wi-Fi, they have access to it. Not just one little hub, not just in buses, not just in one or two malls, not in one or two areas. Good Wi-Fi within the areas that people are going to visit to experience your city and provide them the best experience possible. I'll tell you what's going to happen. People are going to know where to go. They're going to explore more. They're going to come to your city because you offered all that value, and they're going to spread the word of mouth that your municipality, your city, was a place where they could travel from anywhere in the world and not have to be stressed or not have to worry about not finding the information, getting lost, having the content right at their fingertips the entire time. I understand the business side of it. I understand why cities don't want to. I understand that they don't want to pay for it. They don't want to. They're worried about the telecommunication companies. They're worried about sponsors. They're worried about all this stuff. But I just think that we all got to stop making excuses and start providing the value out to both citizens and the tourists and the people that are bringing economic revenue back to the cities themselves. Find a way to get free universal Wi-Fi within high traffic areas in your city where tourists go, and then see the difference right away. Find a way for that to get out. Market it. Market your city as the place where you can come and not have to get a phone plan, can experience everything with ease, and not worry about not being able to find something or find your way or getting lost or any of the things that people worry about when they're traveling. Make it easy. Remember, value is always going to equal value, and that's not going to change. And it won't happen overnight. People won't. You won't see the accolades from day one.
Yeah, okay.
But give it enough time, and that value is going to come back tenfold in both tourism, word of mouth, just the overall value that you're giving back. And it's not going to cost that much. It's 2019. All right, my Wi-Fi video is not done. I just had another thought. What if cities had the free Wi-Fi, but in addition to that, in the city's mobile application that's built, they had a free audio guide that anyone could utilize. And throughout the city, strategic historical spots, architectural spots, anywhere that provides emotion and history to the city, there was little information plaques that had numbers on it where people could use the audio guide within the app for free to find out more information about the city, to hear it, to experience not only by vision and by reading, but to actually hear the history of the city, adding to the emotion. I think that's a pretty good idea as well.